The following is a production of WCMP Sports. It's time for football action here on KBEK Nice 95.5. We have a Week 1 matchup as the Mora Mustangs are facing off here in football action against the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. The game will begin shortly. We'll head to the field now for the pregame.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to this broadcast of high school football here on 95.5 FM, KBEK, nearly said WCMP. That's not what we're on tonight. We are on KBEK, whether you're listening to this game on 95.5 FM or watching online, the live stream at kbek.com, 95.5 FM, as I mentioned, right down in downtown Mora at the home of Schoberg and Holmstrom, the Schoberg and Holmstrom Studios, the home of Rockin' Robin Riley as well. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We've got a good one here this evening. We'll see the Mora Mustangs kicking off the regular season at home against the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Both these teams are getting set for kickoff here. They're warming up out there, and as I mentioned, getting set for the start of this one. But I am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I will bring you all the action from tonight's football game between these two teams. More in 2A, Grand Rapids in that 4A class. And these two teams looking to get off on the right foot this year. Both teams have had pretty good seasons before and will look to get back there. Mora, is looking to get back on track, so to speak, here this year. They've had some tough goes of it for a couple of years, and I think when we were talking to Troy Erickson, the head coach for the Mora Mustangs, he had mentioned how they have played 11 games in the last 2 years, and he said normally they play that in 1 year. They normally play that, including playoffs and how deep they normally get in the playoffs. They usually play that many games in a year, and the past 2 seasons have just not been kind to them game-wise, so they have had to kind of piece together schedules. But last year they played a total of 7 games, going 1-6, 0-2 in the Section 1 and 3 in the conference. The team they beat were Hibbing, the Hibbing Blue Jackets. They beat them 20-14, and Mora had their lone win of the season right there, and they lost to Spectrum in the playoffs, 30-22. That playoff game was a lot closer than I think people think it was. Mora really had a great chance to upset Spectrum, who was one of the top seeds in Section 5A at the time, and it looked like Mora was about to upset them, but Spectrum wound up coming out on top, 30-22. And speaking of, they did open up the season against this very same Grand Rapids team last year in Grand Rapids, and that was a loss, 24-0. Of course, Mora looking for a better outcome this time around. Last year for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, they went 8-3, 4-2 in the Section 4-2 in their conference, and their 3 losses came against Hermantown and North Branch. Those were both in the regular season. Then they made it all the way through playoffs and to state, but they lost in the first round to Orono, 22-19. That was another game in which it looked like the Thunderhawks might come away with the victory, but Orono was able to just squeeze by them and move on in the state playoffs. The Grand Rapids Thunderhawks did have to play North Branch in the Class 4A section finals up in Duluth, and they wound up winning that one 14-12, excuse me. So a very good Thunderhawk team coming back this year, looking to get themselves back to that state tournament. And again, Mora looking for this veteran squad to come out. They've been a pretty young squad the last couple of years, but this year, in talking with Coach Erickson, if you want to hear that preseason interview with Coach Troy Erickson, you can go to KBEK's website, go to the sports tab, just hover over it and click on interviews, and then scroll down to find Troy Erickson's interview for the preseason. You can find it over there, but he was talking how this team, they've been a pretty young squad the last couple seasons. They've had to have their younger players step up, and now that they're coming to their senior year, they are very, very ready for it, and they are basically equipped for a pretty good run this year, and now they're able to get out there as the veterans, having to be kind of the veterans for the last couple seasons, but now they're out there. They are very well coached and ready for this upcoming season and this game here tonight. Now they can go ahead and teach the younger guys the adversity that they've had to go through and help them learn how to get through it and be successful for the years to come. But they're looking to this season first and to be successful in this year. Of course, they are in Section 5-3A with a whole host of teams they're in it with. Pine City is one of them. The two bitter rivals will face off in the final game of the regular season here in Mora. Last year it was in Pine City. Pine City came away with the victory in that game, but they'll look to come here, and Mora will look to defend their home turf and get the win over Pine City. As I mentioned, in the 5A standings, or the 5A just in general, 5-3A, Malacca, Spectrum, Foley, Mora, Annandale, Pine City, and St. Cloud Cathedral, both Foley and Mora will play tonight, as Annandale, Pine City, St. Cloud Cathedral, Malacca, and Spectrum all played last night. Annandale dropped their first game, as did St. Cloud Cathedral and Pine City, but Spectrum and Malacca got wins on their opening night of the regular season. Looking at Annandale's loss, one of the top teams in this section last year. They lost to Zimmerman, a 4A school, 41-13. It's not going to get any easier, though, but they will have to try and look at their schedule and find ways that they can get a little bit better, and hopefully that first home game will help them as well. But we're getting set for kickoff here in Mora, the home of the Mustangs, and we will take a commercial break here. A word from some of our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we'll talk more about this game and should be close to set for kickoff. Again, you're listening to football on 95.5 FM, KBEK.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with Quality Disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Ethan Game Day Gilman joining you here for tonight's game between the Mora Mustangs and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Again, these two teams faced off in the regular season opener up in Grand Rapids last year, and Grand Rapids shut out the Mustangs in that one. 24-0. But these Mora Mustangs team are a bit different this year. These seniors this year have had to go through a ton of adversity the last couple seasons when they have been the younger guys, but they have had to really kind of be the guys for the team. And they've had a really young group the last couple seasons. And again, they've only played 11 games the past 2 years. So some might say an inexperience. I think this is a very experienced and a well-rounded club this year, and I think they're poised for a nice run this postseason. They're in a pretty good section, though, in Section 5-3A with a lot of good teams. Malacca looks like they're going to be a team not to be reckoned with this year. Same with Spectrum, as they always are. Annandale, they fell in their first game to Zimmerman, so we'll have to wait and see. You know, of course, Pine City always, gets to the playoffs, and they're a wild card, man. I mean, they get to the playoffs, and you just never know what you're going to get with Pine City. And they, I mean, we've seen how many times Pine City get into the playoffs and upset the number 2 seed, the number 3 seed, the number 1 seed. They are just a team not to be reckoned with in the postseason. But Mora, last year they were, this close to getting a victory over Spectrum at the top, one of the top 2 seeds in the section in the playoffs last year, and just couldn't quite pull it off. So I would watch out for this Mora team. I think they're going to be very, very good. Some might say sneaky good, but I don't think the Mora Mustangs think they're going to be sneaky good. I think they just know how good they are and how good that they will be. Of course, we see a lot of Power T across the local listening area, and it's going to be no different tonight. It looks like for the Mora Mustangs, it looks like they will run a Power T formation as well, as they are getting warmed up here this evening to take on the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Again, the home of KBEKs in downtown Mora at Schoberg and Holmstrom. The home of Rockin' Robin Riley as well. You can listen to her morning show from 6 to 9 a.m. And sports on the morning show with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Always have great conversations with Robin. Always brings up something to catch me off guard or something to make me laugh and just kind of make the morning that much easier to move along with. Because I tell you what, I work in the mornings, but I am nowhere near a morning person, and I have a hard time getting up and talking in the morning. So for her to come out on the morning show and make my job a lot easier, just such a great person to work with, and so thankful that we have her, along with everybody at Q Media Group. They have just been huge helps, whether it's ads, getting them together, helping me with production, helping me with pregame, postgame production, the news director, Joe, helping me with pictures and getting videos done, and the WCMP morning show host, Joshua Miron, with helping me as well, and our GM, Andrew, with just making sure I have my list set and make sure that I'm ready to go and have everything comfortable, and just the salespeople as well for going out here, doing their due diligence and getting these sponsors, because again, if it weren't for the sponsors, we would not be able to come out here and bring you any of these games. So thank you so much to everyone at Q Media Group, from Nice 95.5 to WCMP and beyond. Thank you all so much. Y'all do a huge part in helping me and make my job that much easier. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone there, and also a huge shout out to all of the fine sponsors who sponsor this and many other broadcasts on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Thank you so much for doing that. Again, without them, we would not be able to come out here and bring you any of these games. So thank you so much to them. And if you are in their place of business, make sure to just give them a little shout out. Say, hey, thanks for sponsoring that broadcast the other night on KBEK. We greatly appreciate it, and please continue to do so we can enjoy watching more and more games. So again, just if you enjoy the broadcast tonight, make sure to do that, to let them know that you heard them, that you are thankful for them, and you realize what a great job they do in helping us get these games on air. We're just about set to get going here with starting lineups and our national anthem. We're about 2 minutes away. So we're going to get a commercial break, our last one, before we get set for kickoff here in Mora, as the Mora Mustangs kicking off the season at home against the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. You're listening to football on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getthere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with Quality Disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Going to be giving you the starting lineups here. Starting at quarterback. It will be that is not their quarterback. It is their quarterback will be number 7, Ethan Florick. So number 7, Ethan Florick. Then starting at their running back spot, number 5, Aiden Chandler. Also, receiver-wise, it's going to be number 11, Caleb Reichart. Then at the other receiver, Caden Metzgar. Number 33, Owen Glenn at the other running back. Then are the lineman 56, Benjamin Harker. Number 62, Wyatt Christensen. Number 66, Jason Muchler. Number 74, Jace Dorr. And number 76, Evan Johnson. Those are your starters for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. On the other side, for the Mora Mustangs, their starting offense will look like this. It'll be number 3, Connor Gamal starting at running back. Number 6, Joe Backey at the tight end spot. Number 11, Avery Nelson will be the QB here tonight. Number 28, Mason Nelson will be the other running back, along with number 32, Tucker Haas. Then it'll be number 51, Dylan Prokosh at the O-line spot. 53, Josh Bankers at the other O-line. Dylan Adams will be on the O-line as well, along with Ben Everson, number 68, and number 74, Devin McClanahan, I got it. Don't worry, I just had to take a second. And then at tight end, it will be number 81, Justin Norby will be the other tight end for the Mora Mustangs. So that is your starting lineups here for both sides. And we are just about set for kickoff. Here between the Mora Mustangs and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. So it looks like the Thunderhawks will go with 2 running backs and 2 receivers with their quarterback. And the Mora Mustangs will receive the opening kick here. Getting the ball on the tee are the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. And we are just about set to get underway. Here is the kick, and the kick is away by Grant Chandler. And Mora Mustangs will take it in at about the 20, cutting it back to the 20, to the 30, to the 35, plowing forward past the 35, and he'll be taken down. Tucker Haas
up to the 37-yard line.
We'll take it to the 37-yard line. And that is where the Mora Mustangs offense will start. So the Mora Mustangs will start on their own 37-yard line. Quarterback takes a snap, gives it off on the right side. Up the middle goes the running back, Mason Nelson. And Nelson falls forward for about a 3-yard gain, maybe mark it 2.
Nelson on the carry, gain of 2 on the play.
And he'll pick up 2. So 2 yards on the carry there for Mason Nelson, making it 2nd down and 8 with 11 and a half minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs come to the line, try and get it all, as Nelson gives it off on the outside to Connor Gamal. He gets to the edge, and then he is swarmed upon by a multitude of Thunderhawks. He's going to pick up a couple yards, though, about 2 or 3 yards. It's a whole host. McCartney for the Thunderhawks will get the tackle. Again, it's Connor Gamal with the carry of 3. They get 3rd down and 5 now for the Mora Mustangs. Under 11 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. 3rd down and midway to go for the Mora Mustangs. So an early 3rd down they will face with the Mustangs. They come out into the power T formation. Avery Nelson takes a snap. He's going to toss it out wide to Connor Gamal, and he's going to pick up enough for a 1st down for the Mora Mustangs to the 49-yard line. That's a pickup of about 9 yards. Oh, nope, they're going to put it at the 49, so a pickup of 7 either way. Connor Gamal with the carry. McCartney again on the stop for the Thunderhawks. Gamal with the 7-yard carry to the 49. And it's a new set of downs for the Mustangs. Avery Nelson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. He's got some room to run. He finally taken down at the 39-yard line in Grand Rapids territory. That is Mason Nelson again on the carry. That's going to be a pickup of 12 yards for Mason Nelson. And it's Chandler on the stop. So Aiden Chandler on the stop for the Thunderhawks, and the Mora Mustangs marching it downfield here on their opening drive with just over 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Avery Nelson takes the snap. He fakes it one way, and he'll keep it himself, hurdling over a man, carrying the defender forward past the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of about 5, we'll call it. Oh, they're going to march that a little bit forward. And a pickup of 6. A pickup of 6 there for Avery Nelson. So we second down and 4 now for the Mora Mustangs. Avery Nelson called his own number on that one. And a lot of times in the power T formation, when you, as the quarterback, decide to keep it, you got 3 extra blockers in front of you, and that's kind of what happened. This time, the give will be to Tucker Haas, and Haas is going to be wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage, so no gain there for Haas on his first carry, and that's going to make it 3rd down and about 3. So they might have given him a yard on the carry. 3rd down and 3 now with 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Avery Nelson takes his men to the line, and that's going to be a flag on Grand Rapids. That is going to be their first of the evening, and that'll be a free 5 yards and an automatic first down. So an automatic first down for the Mustangs will give them a new set of downs at about the 27-yard line. First down and 10 for Mora. Mora just pushing their way through this Grand Rapids defense right now. An offset T formation, and it's a fumble, but luckily the Mustangs get back on top of it. And the running back out there, number 33 by Nolan McGaw. It is recovered, though, by the Mustangs. They're going to lose a couple on the toss fumble back to the 31. Maybe a loss of 3 yards, maybe even 4. And it's second down and long now for the Mora Mustangs. 8 minutes to go. Going to hand it off. And might have the ball loose again. Rapids say they have it, and they do. So Grand Rapids, 2 consecutive plays in which they had a fumble, and they will recover this one.
It'll be a turnover. 1st and 10 Thunderhawks from the 29-yard line.
So the Thunderhawks will take it away, their first of the evening, and that's one of those that can be detrimental to a drive because your team started out so hot on offense, and to have it end like that is just, it's unfortunate. Grand Rapids will start with it, and they're going to give it up the middle here, past the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Goes number 15. That's Jake Trumbley.
Tucker Haas made the stop at second down from the 36-yard line.
Tucker Haas with the tackle for Mora. Rapids quarterback is number 7, Ethan Florek, under center. Sends a man in motion from left to right. He's going to give it up the middle again to Jake Trumbley. And he's going to fall forward to about the 40-yard line. It's going to be enough for a new set of downs for Grand Rapids.
He picks up the first down for the Thunderhawks.
So to the 40 they go.
From the 40-yard line.
And the Thunderhawks will get a new set of downs now. Now it's Mora's turn to try and stop this Grand Rapids offense. Sending a man in motion, that's Owen Glenn from left to right. He'll go back to the left side, Ethan Florek. Sends him in motion again. Instead, he gives it up the middle to Trumbley. No, it's gonna be an option play. And oh my goodness, Owen Glenn broke off a tackle and then flying forward for a pickup of 9. Broke off a tackle of the Mustangs. Folkema is going to be the one who gets the tackle of Glenn. Brock Folkema on the tackle, but Owen Glenn picks up 9 yards to make it second down and 1, maybe even less than 1. Florek under center. Sends a man in motion left to right. He's going to give it up the middle this time to Trumbley. And Trumbley's breaking through a couple tackles before being taken down past the 45 to about the 44-yard line. gain of 6 and another new set of downs.
First and 10, Thunderhawks.
So Thunderhawks, another new set of downs here as we creep up under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score between these two teams, and Mora had really their good offensive drive ripped out from underneath him on a turnover. Florek under center, sends a man in motion from right to left. He's going to fake the give up the middle, then toss it outside to Chandler. And Chandler trying to get through a couple of tacklers, but he's going to be taken down. Might be a loss of 1. Aiden Chandler.
With the pitch. He's brought down by Trenton.
And no gain on the play for Aiden Chandler. Nice job by the Mora Mustangs to get one player there to wrap him up by the ankles, and then his teammates came in to finish the job. No gain. It'll be second down and 10 with 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Florek, the quarterback. Going in a wing T formation, wide receivers out wide. Florek under center, takes the snap. He's going to drop back. It's a 5-step drop. It's going to be a screen over to number 32. He catches it, breaks through one tackle, gets to the 35, falls forward for a couple. That's Caden Metzgar. And Metzgar going to pick up enough for a first down, so a pickup of about 13 and just enough for the first down. So a screenplay there to Metzgar, and he picks up enough for a first down. It's first down and 10 from the Mora 33 with 4.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. A very quick moving first quarter for Grand Rapids and Mora. Florek under center, sends a man in motion right to left. He's going to fake it one way, and then it's a fumble. But getting on top of it is Owen Glenn. He's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage at the 36. It's going to be a loss of 3. Be second and 13. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And Glenn just had to jump on top of that one to make sure that the Mora Mustangs didn't get on top of it themselves and take it back. Grand Rapids having themselves a nice little drive, but Mora trying to get the ball back and stop these Thunderhawks. Under 4 minutes to go. Florek under center. Sends a man in motion right to left. He's going to give it up the middle to Trumbley. Trumbley driving the legs, falling forward to the 31. And the stop made there by number 70. That is Rowan Tram. Rowan Tram makes the stop after the 6-yard gain there from Trumbley. Mora Mustangs looking for a big stop here on this third down and 8. With 3 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Grand Rapids gets to the line. Florek sends a man in motion left to right. He's going to give it up the middle to Trumbley. Trumbley has a wide open lane to run through, but he's finally taken down near the 15. That is number 84 on the stop. Trenton Forey, excuse me. So Forey makes the stop, but it is a big gain down to the 17. And a solid gain there of about 14 yards for Trumbley. He's their leading rusher right now with 2.5 to go here in quarter number 1. Grand Rapids trying to push themselves into the end zone early here, but Mora trying to get a big stop for their defense. Florek under center. He will send a motion in. Man in motion left to right. He fakes one way, gives it off to the running back Glenn, and he is in from 17 yards out. That is Owen Glenn, who will get the Thunderhawks on the board first. And it's going to be 6-0 in favor of Grand Rapids with 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go on your Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, thank you to them for sponsoring the scoreboard. And the Thunderhawks will line up to go for 2. They cannot get anything going cleanly, so the Mora Mustangs will keep it a 6-0 game on your Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics Custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Mora. Lindstrom and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. Again, they have 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. 6-0 is the score. Thunderhawks get on the board first. And they will look to kick it away. Leading 6-0 on your Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. So the Mora Mustangs, they had a couple of chances to get to get the Thunderhawks off the field, but just couldn't get them off. That run game very strong for both teams right now. And the Thunderhawks will get set to kick it off. It'll be number 49, Grant Chandler, the kicker, and he has that kicker spot locked up. That's his offensive and defensive position listed on the roster. So just the kicker, and last time he had a pretty good boot. So 1 turnover by the Mustangs and a penalty from Grand Rapids. Pretty clean first quarter, though. This kick is away, going to be taken in by the Mustangs at about the 30, gets past the 35 before he is taken down at about the 27-yard line. That is Mason Nelson on the return. Gets it to the 36, 37. We'll call it the 37. That's where the Mustangs will take over on offense with 2:05 to go, trailing 6-0 here in quarter number 1. And 95.5 FM, KBEK, and streaming live online at kbek.com. Mora will come out quickly. It's Avery Nelson under center. Takes the snap. He's going to give this one off to Tucker Haas. Haas up the middle, trying to fight forward for extra yards. Keeps the legs churning, gets some push from his offensive line, and he falls forward past the 45 to the 47. It's going to be close enough to a first down. Let's see. It's going to be a gain of 9 for Tucker Haas. Second down and a few inches for the Mustangs. Avery Nelson will get the call from the sidelines and bring it into his huddle. 1.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Mora trails 6-0. Avery Nelson under center takes the snap. He looks, he fakes, he's going to keep it himself to the 50, breaks off of 1 and falls forward as he carries the defender down to about the 47. And it's going to be a solid pickup of about 7. 7 yards there for Avery Nelson, a new first down at the 47 in Grand Rapids territory. And the Mustangs, a brand new set of downs. Again, this Mustang offense, their run game's tough to stop, and they showed that on the first drive, but unfortunately a fumble on back-to-back plays led to the second one being a turnover, and Thunderhawks capitalize. Avery Nelson quickly up to the line, takes a snap. He's going to give it up the middle to Mason Nelson, and Nelson is popped and driven back after his initial gain. It'll be a gain of about 3. So 2nd down and 7 after the Mason Nelson 3-yard gain. 30 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Will we see the Mustangs run a play before the end of the first quarter? We'll find out. 25 seconds and running. Avery Nelson gets back into the huddle. And not a ton of urgency, but they get to the line quickly. Avery Nelson under center. And maybe some quick movement, but they give it to Tucker Haas past the 40, trying to carry a defender to near the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 7 and enough for a first down from Tucker Haas. Parker with the stop for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Parker, can't find him on the initial roster, but we'll look for it. So that'll be the end of the first quarter here in Mora. The Mustangs trail the Thunderhawks 6-0, but they are driving in Thunderhawk territory. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be set for the second quarter of action here in Mora.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Thank you to all our fine sponsors. Yeah, winter going to be here before we know it. I hate saying it too, folks. I hate talking about it, but it's the reality of the state that we live in, and we will be to winter sooner than later. And, you know, it's not a rare thing that we see winter come during the football season. It's really not. I mean, a couple of years ago, I remember Mora and Pine City played, I believe, either in this section semifinal or the section championship game, and it was just absolute blizzard conditions. Want to thank my camera lady for joining me here tonight. Thank you so much to her. It would make my job a lot harder if she wasn't, so thank you to her for joining me tonight. I know this is all that she wanted to do tonight. She was just begging me to be here. No, I'm kidding. She would rather be at home, I'm sure, but thank you to her for joining me tonight. It makes my job a lot easier. Avery Nelson back under center at the 36-yard line. He fakes it one way. He rolls out to his left. He's going to look to throw. He finds a man wide open, and that is number 33, Nolan McGaw, and McGaw is going to get past the 30, near the 25, and depending on where they spot him at the 26-yard line, it's a gain of 10, and it will be enough for a first down. Yes, it will be. So a gain of 10 for Nolan McGaw on the reception on their first pass play of the evening. Nolan McGaw with the catch of 10 yards. Avery Nelson, he'll toss it this time out to Connor Gamal. Gamal gets wrapped up. He'll gain a yard, though, to the 25, and that's where he will be wrapped up by number 50, Trumbley. 15 made the stop. And it's a pickup of 1 there for Connor Gamal. Second down and 9 with 11.5 to go here in quarter number 2. Ball on the 25. Mustangs trail by 6 here in quarter number 2, but they're driving, and they're putting together a good drive here. Their run game has been strong since their first possession. This is only their second possession. Each team had a possession there in the first quarter, and then Mora started this second possession in that first quarter as well. Avery Nelson takes the snap. He fakes one way. He's going to roll out, steps up into the pocket. He's got a man deep. He's got a man really deep. It's Connor Gamal, but it's just too far out of the reach of Connor Gamal. If Nelson just had a split second more to throw, that's into Gamal's hands for a touchdown, and we're seeing this game tied at 6. So an incompletion there for Avery Nelson on his second pass attempt of the evening. Caught the Thunderhawks off guard a little bit with that one. The Thunderhawks didn't really seem to know what was happening, but just off the mark just a bit, and, you know, give credit there to Avery Nelson. That's a tough throw all the way across the field like that. Lining up the power T formation, Avery Nelson quickly to the line. Avery Nelson, he's going to fake it one way, give it off up the middle, and with the carry is Mason Nelson. He gets it past the 20 to about the 17, and we'll see where they spot it. It's going to be a gain of 8.5. We'll call it 8.5. We'll call it 8. Mason Nelson with a gain of 8. Fourth down and a long 2. Avery Nelson going to the line quickly and going to try and get the Thunderhawks to jump off sides. Thunderhawks will shift their defensive line a little bit, and looks like we're going to get a timeout called here by the Mora Mustangs. So it looks like they were just trying to get the Thunderhawks to jump off that one. Did not happen. I like the idea, though. You go, run a no huddle, get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, and use the hard count and get them to jump, because a lot of times when you've got a defense on their heels like that, they're running to try and get back to the line. Then all of a sudden, you go with a hard count, you know, hut, and a lot of times they're thinking, hey, it's going to go on 1, but that was not the case there. 10:23 to go here in the second quarter. Mustangs trail by 6. Mustang student section getting into it now, trying to get loud for their squad, give them that motivation to get down and convert this 4th and a long 1, we'll call it, as Mason Nelson gained 8 on that last play. 4th and a long 1 for the Mora Mustangs with 10:23 to go here in the second quarter. They trail by 6 to the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, and streaming live online at kbek.com. Let's see what the Mustangs do here on 4th down and 2. Nelson to the line quickly. Nelson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off this time. I did not see the number. I think that was Haas. Tucker Haas got the carry to the 15. If that's the 15, that's close. Might be enough for a first, and it will be. Actually, I believe it might have been Nolan McGaw on the carry. Connor Gamal. And two yards for Connor Gamal is enough for the first down. So the Mustangs grab just enough on that run to make it a new set of downs at the 15 with 10 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Nelson takes his men to the line. Under center, takes the snap. He's going to fake it one way, hand it off, and Mason Nelson on the carry to the 10, a pickup of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down and 5, and one of the Mustangs lost his helmet. He's going to have to come out for a play, and he'll be back in right after this play, but because he lost his helmet, he has to come out for one play. Under 10 minutes to go, 2nd down and 5 on the 10-yard line of the Thunderhawks for the Mora Mustangs. They trail by 6. Looking to tie this game here with this or the next couple of plays. Again, this run game for the Mustangs has just been on tonight, and they are really showing their strength in it. Nelson under center. He's going to hand it off to Gamal. Gamal finds a lane to run through. Gets to about the 5 to the 4. It's going to be enough for a first down, a gain of 6. It'll be first down and goal from the 4 for the Mora Mustangs. With 9:20 to go here in quarter number 2, Mustangs trying to get themselves on the board and tie the game. Looks like the Mustangs will send out their heavy package out there. First down and goal on the 4. Mora Mustangs trying to punch it in from yard. It looks like they got 73 Brock Peterson out there, a lineman for an extra blocker. They give it off here to Tucker Haas, and no gain there on that play. He gets it back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. So no gain there for Tucker Haas. And 8:35 to go now in quarter number 2. Mustangs will have 2nd down and goal from the 4. Grand Rapids getting a couple substitutions in here late. And I believe the Mustangs did substitute as well. So because of that, the Mustangs would have to wait to substitute anyways. One nice thing about here at Mora, they do have the play clock on the field on both sides, at the back of both end zones, so that's kind of nice. Avery Nelson under center. Nelson takes a snap. He fakes. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. That's Connor Gamal with the 4-yard catch for the touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown pass to Connor Gamal. And that will tie things up at 6. Connor Gamal with the reception in the end zone. A beautiful pass from Avery Nelson to Connor Gamal. And again, Gamal just got loose, and it looked like the Thunderhawks just didn't know what hit him on that play. And Gamal was just out there wide open, and Nelson just laid it into the... It's now tied at 6 as the Mora Mustangs will get out there and look to break this tie. Tied at 6. Avery Nelson under center takes the snap, fakes it one way, and the running back on the carry is Nolan McGaw. He goes nowhere, and they will stop the 2-point conversion by the Mustangs. So we'll stay tied at 6 apiece on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. Also, halftime going to be brought to you by Maxwell's Southern Barbecue in Pine City. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue in Pine City, located on 8th and Main Street. And Maxwell's will be sponsoring the halftime half rack. So at halftime, we'll be giving you a keyword to text in. And when we give you that keyword, you'll text in to WCMP, and the winner will get a Maxwell's Southern Barbecue half rack of rib meal. Again, brought to you by Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue has delivery and takeout available, and they're open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. They also have lunch specials starting at 10 a.m. with meat counter offers and butcher fresh meats. Maxwell's now offers catering. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. Again, Maxwell's Southern Barbecue is presenting the halftime show with the halftime half rack here on KBEK. Again, don't forget, it'll be text to win at halftime, so stay tuned for that halftime half rack. Number 70 out to kick for the Mora Mustangs. That's Rowan Tram. Rowan Tram out there to kick for Mora. Back to return. Looks like a Metzger and Wright, and cannot see the other one, but Metzger back to return, along with Prebeck maybe? Kick is away, and that's going to be taken in at the 22-yard line. Had a hard time picking it up, did the return man, and he's going to get walloped at the 24-yard line. Taken down by a host of Mustangs. And that's where the Thunderhawks will start their drive on their own 24 with 7:49 to go. Actually, that nose of the ball is sitting right on the 25. So 25 is where the Thunderhawks will start their new offensive drive. This is their second possession of the game. Each team has now had 2 possessions in this game as their quarterback. Florek is under center. It's a toss out wide to Aiden Chandler, and Chandler gets a good run off the edge there.
Aiden Chandler on the carry.
And he's pushed out of bounds. Let's see where they spot this ball at the 31, 32-yard line. Gain of 7 to the 32? No, it's more on the 31. So a gain of 6 there for Chandler. It's going to be second down and 4 from their own 31-yard line. Florek under center. Ooh, almost got Mora to jump there, but he's going to step back and look at things. Chandler was the man in motion. Now another man in motion. They're going to give it up the middle to Trumbley, and Trumbley falls forward, and he breaks free. No, that's not Trumbley. That is Owen Glenn who will break free, and he is gone. Touchdown, Thunderhawks. A 69-yard run by Owen Glenn as he broke free up the middle. And Owen Glenn will break this tie and make it 12-6. I think our door keeps opening here. Door keeps open, so we got to keep shutting it. I wanted to stay shut here. Either way, Owen Glenn breaks the tie quickly with a 69-yard run to make it 12-6 now on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Owen Glenn has scored both the touchdowns for the Thunderhawks here this evening. That last one went for 69 yards to make it 12-6 in favor of the Thunderhawks. Thunderhawks going to go for 2. Florek under center, sends a man in motion left to right. He's going to toss it out there to the running back, and he's looking. He's going to get the 2. That's Aiden Chandler, who got his ankles wrapped up, but dove forward and reached the ball across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. So the Thunderhawks now lead 14-6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com. Don't forget, at halftime, so in 7 minutes and 33 seconds on that scoreboard, we will see the halftime half rack brought to you by Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue, our halftime sponsor of the halftime half rack. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue, family owned and operated. You can follow them on Facebook for info and daily specials. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue halftime half rack. Again, you'll be texting in a keyword at halftime that I will give you, and you can have text in a chance to win the half rack of rib meal from Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. We will announce the winner of that, by the way, on Monday in the 7:45 Sports on WCMP. So stay tuned on Monday, because at 7:45 in the Sports on WCMP 100.9 FM, I will announce the winner of the halftime half rack of rib meal from Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. So to kick is number 49, Grant Chandler. And returning is Tucker Haas and another Mora Mustang. It's going to go towards Haas. Tucker Haas is going to take it in at the 15 to the 20. Gets past the defender at the 25 to the 30 before he's wrapped up and taken down at about the 32. We do have a flag down on the field, so this might be coming back. Going to be legal block in the back or holding on Mora. That's their first of the evening, and that'll push them back. Good starting field position, going to be nullified by the penalty. That'll push them back to the 22. So first down and 10 now for Mora. Avery Nelson will bring the play in from the sidelines. He looks to get this Mustang offense rolling down the field again and try and score with 7:25 to go here in the first half. Nelson under center. Nelson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. It's up the middle to, I believe, Mason Nelson. Nelson on the carry. Gets past the 25 to about the 27. It's going to be a gain of 6 for Mason Nelson. Makes it second down and 4 for the Mora Mustangs with 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Mustangs trail 14-6 to the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. But this Mora offense has shown that they can really put a pounding on the defense with their run game. Their run game is something not to be messed with. Avery Nelson under center takes the snap. He's going to give it off this time up the middle. I believe that's Connor Gamal with the carry taken down. It is Connor Gamal. He gets to the 31, a gain of 4. On the tackle was Hoover, Christopher Hoover. So not quite 4. It's going to be third down and 1 for the Mustangs. Nelson to the line. Nelson goes with the hard count. Doesn't work, so he'll look to the sideline for the call. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. Nelson calls out the play now to his offense. Looks back to the sideline just to double check. Calls it to the offense with 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Nelson takes the snap. He's going to toss it out wide to Connor Gamal. Connor Gamal does everything he can just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He falls forward to the 33 for a pickup of 2 and enough for a first down. It's a new set of downs here for the Mora Mustangs. And it'll be first down and 10 at their own 33 with under 6 minutes to go before half. Don't forget, Maxwell's Southern Barbecue presenting the halftime show as well as the halftime half rack, where you'll text in the keyword to win, and the winner will be announced at the 7:45 Sports on Monday on WCMP. Avery Nelson breaks the huddle and takes his squad to the line of scrimmage. First down and 10. We got a flag, and looks like this will be on Mora. Or no, looks like they're going to call encroachment on the defense. It is. It's encroachment on the defense. That'll move the ball to the 38, and that's the second penalty here for Grand Rapids in this first half. It'll be first down and 5 now for the Mora Mustangs from their own 38-yard line. And first down and 5. 5:32 to go here in the second quarter. Mustangs trail 14-6, but again, don't sleep on their offense. Just because they take some time to get down the field, they can score quickly, especially with that run game. This O-line is right now controlling the line of scrimmage. Both of these O-lines really are. Connor Gamal faked it, and now Avery Nelson, a deep pass. It's underthrown, but nearly caught. Incomplete. Connor Gamal, the intended receiver, just a little bit underthrown, but man, he came back for that ball. And nearly, that is Baki. The pass was intended for Baki. I apologize. That's number 6 out there, not number 3. So Baki, the intended receiver on that deep throw, Joe Baki, just had to come back and get it. And he did two things there. He came back and knocked it away from the defender, but he almost had a nice fingertip catch. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 5, and when you get a penalty to make it 1st and 5, why not take a shot? Avery Nelson to the line. Nelson takes the snaps. He gives it off and up the middle to, I believe that's Mason Nelson on the carry. Might pick up a yard. Excuse me, that is Haas, they say, on the carry. Carry to the 39, and then we have pickup of 1. Pickup of 1, 3rd down and 4 now for the Mustangs. And they really need to convert this one as we're creeping under 5 minutes to go here in the first half, and Mora has not stopped the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks on their possessions from scoring. It's been 2 straight possessions for the Thunderhawks where they score. Avery Nelson to the line. Nelson under center. He takes a snap. He gives it off on the outside. And the outside carry goes nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry for Connor Gamal. And we'll see the punt team out there for the Mustangs. 4th down and 4 for the Mustangs. The quarterback will also be the punter, Avery Nelson. Getting plenty of work tonight. And number 32 going back for the return is Caden Metzgar. The punt, it goes off the side of his foot. It's going to roll past the 40, though, to about the 37. So that punt, not what Nelson was hoping for, but he does get a decent roll to the 37, and the Thunderhawks will take over on their own 37-yard line with 3:50 to go here in the first half on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. Again, the halftime show going to be brought to you by Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue presenting the halftime half rack, where you will be given a keyword to text in and could possibly be the winner of the halftime half rack rib meal presented by Maxwell's Southern Barbecue in Pine City, located on 8th and Main. So the Thunderhawks start with it. Florek under center. He's going to toss it out wide to the running back. That is Chandler, who gets swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage to the 36. It's going to be a loss of 1 by Aiden Chandler. Chandler goes nowhere but backwards on that one, and a nice play there by Brock Folkma. Made the tackle. And now the Thunderhawks will come to the line. Florek under center, sends Chandler in motion again. He was going to give it off to number 32, Metzgar. Caden Metzgar. But the Thunderhawks, as you probably heard over the PA system, had a false start penalty that'll push him back another 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 16. With 3:10 to go here in the first half on that Embrace MN scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. Dr. Sievers is committing to provide world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. Florek under center. Florek sends a man in motion. He'll fake it. He's looking to pass. He's got a man out there, and it's underthrown but caught. Nice catch by the receiver. That is number 27, Danny Markovich.
Florek's pass is complete to number 21, Markovich.
Markovich maybe picks up a yard or two. But that'll make it 3rd down and long for Grand Rapids, the Thunderhawks. Florek will go back under center now for Grand Rapids, and now we're going to get another whistle. I think we might get a timeout call here by Mora. So Mora will use their second here of the first half. They'll be left with 1. And looking at the Embrace MN scoreboard, 2:17 to go, and the Mustangs trail 14-6. Embrace Orthodontics, helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. Find out more at EmbraceMN.com. Mora Mustangs, their defense has struggled so far to stop the Grand Rapids offense, but right now they're in great position to get a big stop and get the ball back, probably with under 2 minutes to go, but they'll get the ball back nonetheless. And we've seen Avery Nelson with that arm he can chuck it downfield, so I won't be surprised if Mora tries to hurry things up, try and use that pass game a little bit more to try and tie this game before half. They'll have plenty of time to do so if they can make the stop here. Again, we've seen the Thunderhawks break off some big runs, both by the same guy, Owen Glenn. He's broken off a 17-yard and a 69-yard touchdown run. So they got to be wary of him. I would probably look to him on this play for Mora. Probably keep an eye on him, but I would probably also keep an eye on the possibility of them running kind of a play-action pass. Or maybe, I don't want to sound like I'm just talking, but maybe we even see maybe a trick play here, maybe a reverse or two just to catch Mora off guard so that Grand Rapids can try and get this first down. Both teams back out there, 2:17 to go, 14-6. The Mustangs trail the Thunderhawks. Going to have a receiver out wide on the right side, will the Thunderhawks. Man in motion. And, they're going to get a false start on the Thunderhawks. That'll push them back 5 yards. So another penalty here for the Thunderhawks. 5 more yards backwards. 3rd and about 20 now for the Thunderhawks. So Mora, all they have to do is really keep everything in front of them, make sure they don't allow anything deep. And Thunderhawks, 2:17 to go, 3rd down. Florek sends a man in motion. He's going to give it off. And, he's got some room to run, but nice tackle there made by number 11. That is Avery Nelson coming up to make the stop. And it's a pickup. It's a decent pickup of about 13 yards. Decent pickup there. And now a decision here for Grand Rapids. They're going to waste as much time of that clock as they can, obviously, to try and, I'm guessing they're looking to punt here, as they are wasting as much time on the clock as they can, so as to not let Mora have enough time to go down the field and try and score quickly. But they're going to get their punt team on quick. Mora's going to get theirs on. Connor Gamal will be back to return, along with Trenton Foray. Punt is away. This one is near the sidelines, and Foray's going to let it go. It gets a good roll, and it will touch the goal line. And Foray catches a break there as he let that one go. It will touch the goal line into the end zone, and they'll bring that out to the 20. 1:12 to go on that Embrace MN scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs at the 20. Under a minute and a half to go, and the Mustangs have one timeout at their disposal. Avery Nelson and company in the huddle. And I'm sure they got their couple plays called before they even got out there. It's a handoff up the middle. Not a lot doing there. Maybe to the 24 for Mason Nelson, a gain of 4. Gain of 4. Avery Nelson now under a minute left to go, calling a play at the line of scrimmage. Nelson takes a snap. He's going to fake one way. He rolls out. He's got some time to throw. Now he's going to have to roll out of the pocket. He's got some room. He looks. He finds a man, and he's just going to throw that one out of bounds. He's outside the tackle box, and he had a man in the area. Got past the line of scrimmage. Throws it away, incomplete. So 3rd down and 5 now for the Mora Mustangs. Avery Nelson also got hit late there. I'm surprised no flag came out. 3rd down and 5. 43 seconds left in the first half. Mora trails 14-6. 3rd down and 5. Avery Nelson gets the call in from the sidelines. Again, stay tuned for that halftime half rack presented by Maxwell Southern Barbecue. Avery Nelson, yep, they're going to get, oh no. Nolan McGaw jumped the gun a little bit on that one. He left early, and it'll make it 3rd down and 10. Nolan McGaw wanted an early start, And now it'll make it 3rd down and 10 after the false start penalty. So the Mustangs have a ways to go here with 42 seconds left on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Again, halftime going to be presented by Maxwell Southern Barbecue in Pine City. Maxwell Southern Barbecue with the halftime half rack. Text in the keyword to win a half rack of rib meal from Maxwell Southern Barbecue. Open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. They have delivery and takeout. Avery Nelson going to give this one off to Connor Gamal, who breaks off of 1, then falls forward to the 25. It's going to be a pickup of 5, maybe call it 6, as he falls to the 26. Gain of 6, a timeout call here, believe, going to be called by Grand Rapids. They will. So Grand Rapids will be the team to call the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as they look to try and get this ball back and maybe get a punt return for a touchdown. 4th down and 4. It's going to be the situation for the Mora Mustangs. Again, at halftime, you're going to be texting in the keyword that I will give you for a chance at a halftime half rack of rib meal from Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue has lunch specials starting at $10. They also have meat counter offers and butcher fresh meats. They now offer catering as well. They're family owned and operated. You can follow them on Facebook for info and daily specials. That halftime half rack brought to you by Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. They are also sponsoring the halftime show. Again, I will give you a keyword at halftime, right at halftime too. I'll give you a keyword to text in. You will text that in to 320-629-7575. Not yet. Not yet. When I tell you, when I give you the keyword, that is when you'll text it in. And then you could be entered to win a chance at a halftime half rack rib meal from Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. Again, I'll announce the winner of that on Monday in the 7:45 Sports on WCMP. Avery Nelson will look to punt it away here to Caden Metzgar and Glenn. And this punt going to land at the 50, roll to near the 40. And it'll be down at about the 42. So that's where Grand Rapids will take over on offense with 24 seconds to go. It's 14-6, Thunderhawks. Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com. Again, Maxwell Southern Barbecue sponsoring the halftime show, as well as the halftime half rack. 1st down and 10 from the Thunderhawk 42-yard line. Thunderhawks, we'll see what they try to do here before half. Florek looking to pass. He's got a man open, and the pass is caught by Glenn, and Owen Glenn is gone. Owen Glenn.
Touchdown.
Owen Glenn with the 58-yard touchdown. Owen Glenn scores a 58-yard receiving touchdown to make it 20-6, and that's a tough one to swallow if you're Mora right now. You're hoping to hold them to nothing and maybe get one play and then go to halftime, but unfortunately Owen Glenn got loose for his 3rd touchdown of the game. That one goes for 58. With 9 seconds to go on that Embrace MN scoreboard, Grand Rapids will look to go for 2 to make it 22-6. Florek under center. Florek gives it up the middle, and that's not going to get there. That won't be enough, and they'll stop him on the 2-point conversion, but it is 20-6 after the 58-yard reception by Owen Glenn. 9 seconds left on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. We'll take a commercial break. Be right back.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, and streaming live online at kbek.com. 9 seconds left here in the first half, and the Thunderhawks lead over the Mora Mustangs 20-6. It's been all Owen Glenn for the Thunderhawks. He's got a 17 and a 69-yard rushing touchdown and a 58-yard receiving touchdown. Mora does not have everybody out there on the kickoff that they need. They're getting their guy out there now. And kicking it away is Grant Chandler for the Thunderhawks. Chandler's kick is away, and the end-over-end kick is taken in by Connor Gamal. He cuts it back to the right. Now upfield past the 30. That's not Gamal. That is Nathan Nelson on the return, and he'll take it to the 33-yard line. With 3 seconds to go, Nathan Nelson on the return. We'll see what the Mustangs decide to do here with 3 seconds left. Will they decide to take a shot? An interception really does nothing, but you don't want to have to worry about them possibly returning this one all the way, and then also possibly fumbling, and got a lot that you got to worry about. So the Mustangs will look to try something here before the end of half. They're just going to kneel it. And the Mustangs will go into halftime trailing the Thunderhawks 20-6. On your Embrace MN scoreboard, it's 20-6 Thunderhawks over the Mustangs. Now, you will text in the keyword to win, or for a chance to win, the halftime half rack presented by Maxwell's Southern Barbecue. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue in Pine City. Maxwell's Southern Barbecue presenting the halftime half rack rib meal. So your keyword to text in tonight is Mustang. Your keyword is Mustang. Text Mustang, M-U-S-T-A-N-G, to 320-629-7575. That's Mustang to 320-629-7575 for your chance to win a halftime half-rack rib meal from Maxwell Southern Barbecue in Pine City. Again, one more time, text Mustang to 320-629-7575 for a chance to win the halftime half-rack rib meal from Maxwell's Southern Barbecue.
You know how sometimes in small towns people run their mouth with rumors? I hate that. Ashley, that's my cousin. She always talking trash. Anyway, I heard a rumor that Maxwell Southern Barbecue in Pine City is now doing delivery. And I was like, hush, you mean to tell me I can get that mouth-watering Southern barbecue like chicken, brisket, pulled pork, homemade cornbread and slaw at home? I'm calling now. Maxwell Southern Barbecue. Come hungry and bring friends. Unless you want to stay on your porch.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with Quality Disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
Back here on KBEK, the Mora Mustangs trail the Thunderhawks here at halftime. 20-6. The scoring goes like this. The Thunderhawks scored first after stopping the Mora Mustangs on their first initial drive after a turnover. They got that, capitalized off it, and it was Owen Glenn who ran it in from 17 yards out for the first score of the game to make it 6-0. Then it was the Mustangs' turn. They drove downfield, finally got themselves on the board with a 4-yard passing touchdown from Avery Nelson to Connor Gamal. And Gamal took that in for 4 yards out. There was a pass earlier in that first half that just missed Gamal for a touchdown, but they capitalized on that one there to make it tied at 6 apiece. And then it was the Thunderhawks once again. Owen Glenn ran his next carry in from 69 yards out. That made it 14-6. And then it was Ethan Florek connecting with Owen Glenn there in the last 15 seconds of this first half from 58 yards out for the touchdown to make it 20-6. So it's been a really tough first half here for the Mustangs, but at the same time their offense can move the ball at will. They are really good at moving the ball. They know what they can do, and they know how to move the ball really well. It's just a matter of watching the turnovers, and again, not too many mistakes, just the one fumble out there. That's pretty much it. And the Mustangs, it was 2 consecutive possessions in which the Thunderhawks scored. They scored on back-to-back drives, did the Thunderhawks. But Mora since then had stopped them a couple of times and got the ball back. But it was the last-second throw to Owen Glenn that really kind of hurt the Mora Mustangs there at the end of this first half, because they, of course, they're just looking to try and hold them to, a possibly shorter game than what that was and watch that clock run down. Doesn't mean that the Thunderhawks want to use a timeout to stop the clock, but it takes a lot more time off the clock, and then there's still that chance that you'll have to stop the Thunderhawks again, but I think the Mustangs could have done it, but unfortunately Owen Glenn has just been all over the place for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, and he has just been wreaking havoc on the Mora defense right now. And it looked early on like the Thunderhawks were going to control the line of scrimmage on the O-line, as the Mustangs are with their own line, but the Mustangs have found a way to get around them. They're putting about 9 in the box right now to defend against that run, and it's been working. It's been working ever since that second consecutive drive in which the Thunderhawks scored. The Mora Mustangs made a few fixes, and all of a sudden the Thunderhawks couldn't really move the ball as easily as they were in the first quarter and some of the second quarter. All of a sudden, they had a hard time moving the ball as far as they did. Now, it is the chunk plays that are kind of hurting Mora right now. They've given up, as I mentioned, 17-yard rushing touchdown, a 69-yard rushing touchdown, a 14-yard gain on the ground, and then they've also given up a 13-yard pass play, a 58-yard pass play for a touchdown that was. So it's the chunk plays right now, and they're all going to Owen Glenn. If they can make sure to get Glenn on the ground, because Glenn, a very good running back for the Thunderhawks, also showing off his hands as well and his speed, he will break off that initial hit, and it's going to take guys to wrap him up and make sure they got his ankle, and then wait for the reinforcements to come in to take him down, because that's what it's going to take right now. Mora is, give them credit. They're getting guys to the runners, and they're making sure to wrap him up down low and then get in the reinforcements to take them down. But give credit also to the Thunderhawks, as their running backs are running very hard, and they are just running through these arm tackles, especially Owen Glenn. So if I'm the Mustangs right now, I think Owen Glenn is going to be a key guy that I'm looking at. But that's the thing, you can't just key off on one guy, because then when you do that, they're just going to go to another guy. Now, that doesn't mean that you key off on one guy and they find success with the others. It could mean that, hey, he is all their offense right now, but we don't know. It's just because I say that only because Owen Glenn has scored all 3 touchdowns for the Thunderhawks so far. But again, maybe you shut him down, and maybe you shut down the offense, or maybe you shut him down and they go through 2 or 3 other players who can get it done. So you just never know when it's so tough to try and key off on one player and double team him or triple team what may have you. So you got to be careful with that, but I think the Mora Mustangs will definitely get it figured out. It's not a 20-6 game right now. It isn't. It's really more like a 14-8 game. It feels like it's really not as heavily favored as it looks like it is on the scoreboard. The Thunderhawks lead 20-6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, helping you find your smile. You embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. But yeah, the Mustangs when they are out on offense, their offensive line goes out there knowing that they are the stronger of the 2 lines out there, and they just take it to the Thunderhawks D-line right now. It is taking the Thunderhawks, the second level, and these defensive backs to come up and make the stop. That is what it is taking for the Thunderhawks right now to take these Mora Mustangs down. Whether it's the quarterback keeping it himself, or the running back, or Nelson is throwing it somewhere, it is not easy to take down these Mustangs right now, because they are running hard, they are running through tackles, they are so determined out there, and it helps when you've got an O-line that is just so confident in themselves that they just go out there knowing they're going to overpower the D-line. And let me tell you, as a running back, to have that confidence from the O-lineman, that is a great sign. But the Thunderhawks do lead here 20-6. I should mention that the Mora touchdown was scored on the passing touchdown from Avery Nelson to Connor Gamal from 4 yards out. Could not convert on the 2-point conversion. Turnovers, it was 1 for Mora, 1 takeaway for Grand Rapids there in the first half. Penalty-wise, Mora had 2 in the first half, and Grand Rapids had 4, so a relatively clean half, 6 penalties. Now, I'm sure their coaches are going to want to clean it up a little bit more and not see any penalties here in the second half, but looking at it overall, it's a pretty clean first half for both sides. 4 for Grand Rapids, and a lot of those came on false starts and offside penalties, so you're definitely going to want to fix that. If you're the Thunderhawks, you're going to tell that defense to watch the ball a little bit more and shut off the ears when they're on the D-line, because it's the hard count right now from Avery Nelson that is getting those D-linemen to jump, and it's free 5 yards. And one of the penalties on the encroachment led to a first down, led to a new set of downs. So the Thunderhawks are going to have to watch that here in the second half, because the Mustangs are going to try and capitalize on any and everything that the Thunderhawks do wrong, or maybe even do right, and maybe they'll counter it with something of their own. At halftime, it is 20-6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with your free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back with more here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
You know how sometimes in small towns people run their mouth with rumors? I hate that. Ashley, that's my cousin. She always talking trash. Anyway, I heard a rumor that Maxwell Southern Barbecue in Pine City is now doing delivery. And I was like, hush, you mean to tell me I can get that mouth-watering Southern barbecue like chicken, brisket, pulled pork, homemade cornbread and slaw at home? I'm calling now. Maxwell Southern Barbecue. Come hungry and bring friends. Unless you want to stay on your porch.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust mortgage consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with quality disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
You know how sometimes in small towns people run their mouth with rumors? I hate that. Ashley, That's my cousin. She always talking trash. Anyway, I heard a rumor that Maxwell Southern Barbecue in Pine City is now doing delivery. And I was like, hush, you mean to tell me I can get that mouth-watering Southern barbecue like chicken, brisket, pulled pork, homemade cornbread and slaw at home? I'm calling now. Maxwell Southern Barbecue. Come hungry and bring friends. Unless you want to stay on your porch.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBEK. Ethan Game Day Gilman with you. We're about to start the third quarter here in Mora. The Mora Mustangs trail the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 20-6 on that Embrace MN scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com. I want to give a huge shout out to the guys in the booth up here at Mora. They're having a sort of potluck up here. They've got food, and they were so gracious enough to let us dip into that food and take a little bit. My goodness, it has been smelling delicious, and they were gracious enough, again, like I said, to let us have a little bit, and my goodness, was it absolutely delicious. So thank you again to the guys up here in the booth letting us have some of their food, and thanks to whoever cooked it as well. Absolutely delicious. So the Mora Mustangs will kick it off to begin the second half. The kick is away, and it's heading towards the sideline. That's going to go out of bounds, and unfortunately, that is going to be bringing the ball up to the 35 now. Went out at the 30, so it'll bring it up to the 35. Mustangs will start this half on defense. And my goodness, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to think about the game. It's Gotta get back into game, but my goodness, was that food absolutely divine. There's no other way to explain it. That was good. Thank you. Thank you again to the guys up here in the booth at Mora for, again, sharing their food. It is extremely greatly appreciated. I don't know if that's a proper English. Probably not, but I don't care. It was too good. Grand Rapids back out there. Florek under center. He fakes it one way, then gives it off on the outside to number 5, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. That's Aiden Chandler. Going to be pushed back to the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the carry.
Loss of 1 on the play. I will call it a loss of 2. Second down and 12 from the 33-yard line.
So second down and 12 now for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks with 11.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs trail 20-6 on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Florek under center. Man in motion left to right. And, I think they're going to get Mora for jumping off sides there. If so, that'll make it 2nd and 7. Yep. So the second penalty already here in this second half for the Mustangs. Second down and 7 now for the Thunderhawks, and those are the mistakes you got to avoid if you're the Mustangs. You get the Thunderhawks into a second and long situation, and the last time they were in a second and long, you did a good job of stopping them, so that hurts you a little bit right there. 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 2 receivers out wide for the Thunderhawks, lined up in an offset I formation. Florek takes the snap. He's going to give it off to the fake the fullback, and then gives it out to Owen Glenn. Glenn breaking it out to the outside to the 45-40, and that's where he's wrapped up and taken down by the safety, number 84, Trenton Foray.
That's a Thunderhawk first down. It'll be
Foray with the tackle all the way at the Mustang 38-yard line. A pickup of 24 for Owen Glenn. And again, another chunk play there from Owen Glenn. He's the guy you got to worry about. So the Thunderhawks will get a new set of downs in the Mora side of the field with 10.5 minutes to go. They lead 20-6. Thunderhawks take the snap. It's Florek. It's a little screen given off there to the receiver, and he breaks through one tackle and cuts it back out to the right side of the field past the first down marker, and he'll be taken down at the, looks like the 24. It's a gain of 14 and another first down there. That reception by Caleb Reichart. Gain of 14 and another first down for the Thunderhawks. Thunderhawks get to the line. Florek under center. Sends a man in motion left to right. Gives it up the middle. Now it's a toss outside. The running back dropped it. Oh my goodness. And the Thunderhawks catch a huge break on that one. The option play there was to Sam Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy was the man who was supposed to get the option toss, but it went through his hands backwards, and as the Mora Mustang defender went after it, it just popped out of his grasp, and it went right out of bounds. So unfortunately, the Thunderhawks catch a massive break with 9:38 to go on the Mora Mustangs 29-yard line. Florek will line back up under center. Again, the man in motion is Shaughnessy. He hands it up the middle, and this time the running back has wrapped up quickly. Tackle there by number 33. That tackle made by Nolan McGaw for the Mustangs. And a pickup of about 4 there on the carry for Glenn. So 3rd down and 10 for the Thunderhawks. Florek under center. Mora would look for a huge stop. Man in motion from right to left. Nearly got Mora to jump again, but they get back, and the motion man will go back to where he started. Man in motion again. They're going to give it, fake the give, and then give it off to the man in motion. That was, I believe it was number 5, Aiden Chandler. And Chandler picks up a good chunk to about the 21, 22-yard line. Gain of about 4. I'll give him 4. 4th down and 6 here for the Thunderhawks. Mustangs looking for a big stop to get the ball back for their offense. We all know that when their offense has the ball, they can move down the field at will. They just need the ball back. 8:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 6. Mustangs looking for that stop. They'll put 2 receivers out wide in the wing T formation. And now we're going to get a whistle. Timeout called by Mora. So Mora will use their first timeout of the half. They trail 20-6 on that Embrace MN scoreboard. Embrace MN. Embrace Orthodontics, I should say. They will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com. The Thunderhawks have taken nearly 4 minutes off the clock here to begin this second half. They started with the kickoff going out of bounds, taking it from the 35, and then taking away about 3 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock in this drive. It's 4th down and 6 from the Mora 22-yard line. Mora was the team that called the timeout. They'll be left with 2 in this entire half, and trying to figure out what they need to do on this fourth down to make the stop and get the ball back for their offense for the first possession of this second half. And again, I mentioned in the first half, I'll mention it again right now. I probably just mentioned it a few minutes ago, actually. But this Mora offense, when they get the ball, good luck. They are so hard to stop. You might say, well, they've been stopped a couple of times. Well, once was a turnover, and then the other time they had a tough time getting the ball moving due to a false start penalty that set them back what looked to be a promising drive. But this Mora offense, they're tough to stop. Thunderhawks back out there, 4th down and 6. Mora needs to stop. Florek under center, takes the snap. He's going to go give it out to a screen, and that's going to be stopped! And dropping the receiver down, I believe, is Avery Nelson with the stop out there on the screen play. Markovich. No gain on the play. Turnover on downs, and the Mustangs get it back. 1st down and 10 at their own 20. Oh, Avery Nelson will not be the quarterback out there this time. It'll be number 15, Cole Gamal. Cole Gamal will be the quarterback out there this time. Cole Gamal out under center, takes the snap. He's going to give it off to the running back on the right side, breaking through, getting through a tackle or two. And on the carry is Connor Gamal. And he gets a good chunk of yardage there. Gain of about 7. 2nd down and 3 now for the Mora Mustangs. 7:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Connor Gamal, their second leading rusher with 30 yards. Mason Nelson was their leading rusher with 40 yards. And this carry goes up the middle and plowing through defenders all the way for a 1st down to the 44-yard line. But now we got a late flag. This might be on Grand Rapids. The carry to Avery Nelson.
Avery Nelson on the carry.
Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. So a huge run there of about, well, he got to the 43-yard line. So 17 yards for Avery Nelson. And then add on the personal foul. And, you know, the Thunderhawks have the lead, but they're getting a little bit chippy out there. Owen Glenn, there have been a couple plays where he's blocking to the whistle and after the whistle. Now, I'm not saying he's playing dirty at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. But he's pushing the line a little bit to where you're going to have to start whistling him and throwing the flag on him because he's going after the whistle. Cole Gamal under center takes the snap. It seems it's Avery Nelson, and they thought he had it, and instead he gives it off to the running back, Connor Gamal. He gets a good chunk of yards there. And it's going to be a gain of about 5, maybe even 6. Gain of 6 for Connor Gamal. And 2nd down and 4, ball at the 37. Nelson takes the snap, and swallowed up in the backfield is the running back. Trying to find the number here in the dark. It's Mason Nelson. He was taken down in the backfield.
Johnson made the stop. It'll be 3rd and short for the Mustangs.
Oh, he must have pushed forward. I must have seen the wrong number because he pushed forward for a gain of 3. Gain of 3, 3rd down and 1. Avery Nelson, and now we got a flag. Offsides defense. So that's their second penalty on this drive. It's an automatic 1st down for the Mora Mustangs with a free 5 yards. And the Mustangs, they did that a lot in the first half. They're going to do it again here in the second half, and they're moving the ball down the field. They trail 20-6 with 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ball now sitting at the 28-yard line of the Thunderhawks. Avery Nelson will get the call from the sidelines and run it back out there to the huddle. Nelson under center. Nelson takes the snap. He rolls out. He looks. He's got a man. It's Connor Gamal up the sideline to the 20, to the 15. Cuts it back and taken down at about the 12-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 16 on the pass and catch to Connor Gamal. Beautiful display of passing, and then the rack from Connor Gamal. Run after catch. Made a couple defenders miss, falling forward to about the 12, 11-yard line. Now we got a timeout taken here by the Thunderhawks. So they'll take a timeout, and that'll be their first of the second half. 20-6, Mora Mustangs trail, but they are getting into Thunderhawk territory, threatening to score as they are on the Thunderhawk 12, 11-yard line. Mustangs finding their groove back on offense. I mean, they had a ton of success on offense in that first half. They got stopped a couple of times, but my goodness, they're showing why this offense can be quite unstoppable at times. They also got a free 5 yards on a 3rd and short due to an offsides. They also got a personal foul penalty on the Thunderhawks. Thunderhawks, even though they're leading, they look a bit flustered out there. They're getting a bit chippy with the Mustangs, and they're going through the whistle, and you know, it's good. You want to see these guys play like that and play tough, but you know, it gets to a certain point where you're going to have to start whistling them guys and warning them for it, because it's getting a little bit too long after the whistle now. But the Mustangs with the first down at the 12, 11-yard line. They can still get a first down, but they'll be darn near the end zone before getting that first down. So, third quarter, it's 5:31 left to go, with the Thunderhawks leading 20-6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. And EmbraceMN.com. Avery Nelson gets his troops back out onto the field. That's Avery Nelson, yes. He'll take the handoff. It is a fumble, and that's going to end the drive. Let's see, the referees still not come to a decision yet. Looks like they might. Oh, so the Mustangs get it back. Wow. So, escaping disaster there are the Mustangs on that fumbled exchange. They'll hold on to it, and they'll get another chance here to try and get themselves into the end zone. They trail 20-6. The ball will still sit on the 12, 11-yard line. Avery Nelson will hustle back out to the huddle to get the play call in. Man, they avoid disaster right there, and that would have been an absolute momentum killer. But they hold on to it. Avery Nelson takes a snap, and now he gives it off. Oh, my goodness. Connor Gamal was gone. But they're going to get a false start on the Mustangs. They have now 3 penalties here in this third quarter. That's more than the entire first half alone. In the first half, they had 2. This third quarter, they have 3. Thunderhawks have half of what they had in the first half here in the third quarter. They had 2 here in this third quarter. They have 4 in that first half. So push them back 5. It'll be 2nd and 15 now for the Mora Mustangs. Avery Nelson again will go back out there to give the call to his huddle. Another pretty warm day today, up in the 80s, mid-80s, close to 90. It's really cooled off here as we get into the late night hours. Connor Gamal trying to power through a couple of defenders, but he's taken down by about 2 or 3 of them. He gets past the 15 to about the 13. It's going to be a pickup of 3 for Connor Gamal, and that'll make it 3rd and 12. So 3rd down coming here for the Mora Mustangs, and this is a territory where they do have a kicker, but I think if you're the Mustangs, if you get close enough on this 3rd down, you go for it on 4th and try and punch yourselves into the end zone, because you're so darn close to a first down. You might as well get in the end zone, but you can still get a first down. Avery Nelson under center, 3rd down 11. Oh, nearly fell to his knees before handing it off, and he gives it off. It's a big run near the end zone, and he is down at the 1. Down at the 1 or 2 yard line is Nathan Nelson. Nathan Nelson is going to get enough for the first. Nathan Nelson with 11 yards on that carry. Gets it to the 2-yard line. It's first down and goal, Mora. Mora first down and goal, 3:30 to go. Avery Nelson under center. Takes it, gives it off. And is that Connor Gamal who punches it in for the touchdown? Mustangs. Connor Gamal from 2 yards out punches it in for the touchdown and makes it 20-12. Twenty to 12 is the score now after the Connor Gamal 2-yard rushing touchdown. 3:26 to go in this third quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. Here we go. They're going to go for two. Avery Nelson under center. Takes a snap. He's rolling out, trying to get this thrown off in time. It's not. Got wrapped up around his neck and taken down. He will be okay. Getting up a little bit slow. Might have got the wind knocked out of him there on that one, but so 2-point conversion is no good. But the Mustangs score and now get themselves within 8 of that lead of the Thunderhawks on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Connor Gamal, the 2-yard rushing touchdown, pulls them within 8. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
95.5 FM KBEK. Excited for tonight's Mora season opening kickoff game. That didn't make sense. Try it again. KBK, you're home for tonight's season opener for the Mora Mustangs against the Thunderhawks. They trail 20-12 after that Connor Gamal 2-yard rushing touchdown. They are now within 8, and their defense surely has momentum now after their offense went down and scored. 3:25 to go. Here's the boot. The kick is away, and that's going to go roll towards the 10, towards the 5. They're going to pick it up at the 5. That's Owen Glenn. Glenn takes it back to 15, to the 20, and he's wrapped up at the 25-yard line by a host of Mustangs. They'll start at their own 25-yard line, and the Mustang defense is really feeling it now after their offense went down and scored. Now, they did take some time off the clock, but that's okay. All you need to do now is go down and score 2-point conversion, and you're tied this game back up at 20 apiece. I think this Mora Mustang team, they've only played 11 games the last 2 years, and this senior squad has been the young group the last couple of years. They've really taken it on their shoulders, and this year, my goodness, do they look dangerous. Here we go. Hand off. It's going to be the power option. It's a fumble! Fumble! And do the Thunderhawks get on it? Or Mora? Mora looks to have it! Keep going to the end zone. They didn't blow the whistle. That should be a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Mora. Mora will score on the fumble recovered, and they score. Or do they? Are they going to call it? No, they're going to call him down. They're going to call him down, but either way, the Mustangs recover the fumble at the 30-yard line. So they didn't score. They did call him down. I didn't hear a whistle. I did not hear a whistle out there. That whistle must have come out of nowhere because I did not hear it. The power option to Owen Glenn fumbled and recovered by the Mustangs at the Thunderhawk 30. Wow, did you hear a whistle? Yeah, I didn't hear a whistle either. Asked my camera lady if she heard one. I didn't hear one either. Handoff. Avery Nelson's going to keep it himself. He goes nowhere. The Thunderhawk defense going to wrap him up. No gain on that carry. Yeah, I didn't hear a whistle there. My goodness. But either way, Mustangs have the ball back on the Thunderhawk 30. No gain on that carry from Avery Nelson. 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs trail 20-12, but could easily tie the game right now. Avery Nelson under center. Going to give it off here to Mason Nelson. Nelson carries it off the left side. He'll get a good 4 or 5 yards. Doesn't quite get to the 25. We'll call it a gain of 4. And we've got a Mustang down. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Devin McClanahan, the injured Mustang, on the play. He's back. Looks like he's smiling as he comes to the sideline. Able to walk off under his own power, so that's good sign. Excuse me, good sign. I swallowed some air wrong. Back under his own power. Looks like it might just be a cramp, so hopefully he'll be able to get back in and play. Does have to come off for a play, though. Avery Nelson, 3rd down and 6. Nelson under center. Gives it off up the middle, and it's a big run there for Connor Gamal. Trying to make sure it is Connor Gamal. At number 3 or 4? That is number 3. Connor Gamal with the carry. Connor Gamal all the way to the 7. Oh, Connor Gamal gets it to the 9-yard line. It's a pickup of 17. Connor Gamal. So Avery Nelson and the Mustangs, 1st down and goal from the 9. Nelson looks, takes the snap, gives it off to Gamal again. Gamal plowing forward, turning the legs. He falls forward. Looks like they're going to spot him at about the 5. Gain of 4. Gain of 4 to the 5. 2nd down and goal. With 55 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Mustangs, if they punch it in here, they have a chance at possibly tying it up before the 3rd quarter ends. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, Embrace Orthodontics, helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. Nelson takes the snap, gives it up the middle to Mason Nelson. He's near that goal line, but not near enough. Gets to about the 3-yard line. Gain of 2. For Mason Nelson.
Connor Gamal on the carry. Gain of 3 on the play. It's 3rd and goal for the Mustangs.
So 3rd down and goal now for the Mustangs. 10 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Will they get the play? It doesn't look like they'll get the playoff in time as Avery Nelson just jogging out to the field. So that will end the 3rd quarter. The Mustangs have brought it within 8. It's 20-12, and they could score here to tie this thing up at 20. The Mustangs have taken all momentum away from Grand Rapids and now have a chance to tie this thing up at 20 apiece. We move to the 4th quarter. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back here on KBEK.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with quality disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
Back here on KBEK, Mustangs have a chance to tie this thing up with the touchdown and 2-point conversion here. They trail 20-12 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more on EmbraceMN.com. Avery Nelson bringing the team to the line. Gives it up the middle. Oh, they're going to spot him at the 1. The run there from Mason Nelson picks up about a yard to the 1. It's going to be 4th down and goal from the 1. Here we go. Mustangs can punch it in and grab the 2-point to tie this thing up. Mustang fans getting on their feet, getting loud, trying to cheer on their team. They are 8 points away from tying this game. Mora has, in my opinion, really shown that they are the better team here tonight, but Grand Rapids has had a few big plays. Here we go. Avery Nelson, 4th down and 1. And off up the middle. Oh, no, they're going to say he did. He did! Mustangs score! Connor Gamal with the 1-yard touchdown run to make it 20-18. A late touchdown call from the referees. And it's 20-18. 20-18. Mustangs can tie it here with the 2-point conversion. Here we go. Avery Nelson lines up for the 2. Nelson takes a snap, looks, it's a pop pass, in the end zone, touchdown! 2-point is good, and the Mustangs have tied it at 20. Pearson with the 2-point conversion catch. That is Pearson with the catch. Bennett Pearson with the 2-point conversion catch to tie this thing at 20 on your Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 11-12 to go, tied at 20. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com. Mora Mustangs imposing their will on that Thunderhawk defense and just taking it all out of that Thunderhawk team, and have now tied it 20-20 in the 4th quarter. That Mora Mustang offense, I tell you what, I've said it all night. They are tough to stop. They will beat you on the line. Their O-line knows it. They're so confident about it, and the running backs feed off that. And they have just been pounding away, and right there they pounded in to tie it at 20, or get it to 18, and then it was Bennett Pearson who caught the pop pass from Avery Nelson for the 2-point conversion to tie it at 20. My goodness, what a game we have on tap here. Tied at 20 with 11-12 to go here in the 4th quarter. And again, I do believe Mora has shown that they can be the better team here tonight. But now the Thunderhawks will try and switch all sorts of momentum back their direction. But man, the Mustangs have it all going their way right now. The kick is away. The right-legged boot is toward the sideline. Ooh, and it's going to roll out of bounds for the 4th penalty of this second half for the Mora Mustangs. That'll bring the ball to the 35. Now, if you're the Mustangs, can't let that small little penalty take your momentum away. You've got momentum, and you can hear it on the sidelines. You can hear it out on the field. The Mustangs just are feeling themselves right now. They feel a whole lot better after tying this game.
The best in the business.
Oh, the Thunderhawks back out there. Florek under center. Going to give it up the middle trying to go somewhere, but he cannot get anywhere. That on the carry was Tremblay. Picks up about 2. And Nolan McGaw on the stop for the Mora Mustangs. Nolan McGaw made a couple tackles here this evening. 10:40 to go. Florek under center, 2 receivers out wide. Sends a man in motion right to left. He'll give it up the middle to Troy. No, it's an option, and Florek will keep it himself and making the stop that time. Oh, and that's that. It's going to be a flag. Owen Glenn again. It's been Owen Glenn, and he finally gets caught as he ripped. I mean, he just ripped him off. He ripped Trenton Foray off of the pile. You can't do that after the whistle. He got caught that time. I talked about it earlier. He was getting a little chippy, blocking through the whistle, and that there's nothing wrong with blocking through the whistle, but when the whistle is blown, the play is over, and you rip someone off by their jersey, it is going to be a personal foul, and that is what happened there on Owen Glenn. I said it. I said they were going to keep an eye on it. I said it was going to be probably have to be kept an eye on. There they do catch him, and that's going to be a personal foul, and now you set your team back 10, 15 yards. So it looked like the carry was enough for a first down, but it looks like they will keep the first down, but it'll set them back. Carry was to about the 46, 47-yard line, and they'll place it back at the 37. So the yard marker says, okay, it is first down. So the carry will stand by the quarterback, but it will be a 10-yard loss. Florek under center. He's going to fake the give, rolling out to his right, looking, and that's, nearly on the throw, but a nice catch there by Tremblay, as Tremblay makes the catch.
Florek's pass is complete to Tremblay. 11 yards on the play.
11-yard catch by Tremblay. Kamal's on the stop. Second down and 10 for the Thunderhawks. They're looking to get their pass game going here a little bit. Florek sends a man in motion. They'll stop, reset things. Student section getting into it for Mora. Florek sends the opposite man in motion. He's going to give it up the middle to Tremblay. Tremblay will get a couple of yards. And that is Rowan Tram on the stop. A gain of 2 or 3 for Tremblay. Third down and a long 7, we'll call it. It should be third down anyways. I think they just gave him an extra down, actually. If this it should be third down. According to me, it's third down, but they might have something different. And this give is off to the carrier, Aiden Chandler, and he's finally wrapped up and taken down at about the 25-yard line. And let's see where they spot him out. They're going to spot him back, actually, at about the 26. So gain of 20. Gain of 20 there for Aiden Chandler. And that's a tough break for the Mustangs. A good fake there by Florek up the middle to Tremblay, and then gave it off to Chandler, and he had nothing but room to run. This Grand Rapids team is very good at running the ball as well. I mentioned how good Mora is, but this team is just as good. They'll give it up the middle to Tremblay, and they'll stop him at about the 25, maybe the 24. Depends on where they spot it. It will be at the 24. So gain of about 3. That'll make it second down and 7. A whole host of Mustangs in on the tackle. 8:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 20 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. One receiver out wide here to the right. A lot of times he is basically a And there goes Glenn. Owen Glenn off the right side, touchdown. Owen Glenn. He is quite fast out there. He is one of the fastest players on the field when he's out there. My goodness. He explodes when he gets the ball. I mean, he wastes no time getting up to speed. He does right there from 21 yards out. Or 24, excuse me. 24-yard carry there for Owen Glenn. He scored every touchdown for the Thunderhawks thus far. 8:06 to go in the fourth quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. And the Thunderhawks line up to go for 2. So all that momentum that Mora had kind of deflated right now, but they still have a chance. They've got plenty of time. Send a man in motion right to left. He's going to try and toss it out there to Chandler, and Chandler, he didn't get it. He's short. No good. Mora Mustangs make the stop as Florek, give him credit. That was an incredible play by Florek there. He was literally nearly on his knees before he tossed that to Chandler, and he made it. He got it to Chandler cleanly. But it's going to be 26-20 in favor of the Thunderhawks on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics Custom Braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. Well, give credit to the Thunderhawks. They did not allow all that momentum and all that craziness that the Mustangs caused here in the third and fourth quarter to affect them too much. They were able to march it downfield. 2 big plays got them into the end zone to make it 26-20. But for the Mora Mustangs, you gotta rely on that run game that you have, because my goodness has it been strong all night. But again, 2 big chunk plays. One from Aiden Chandler, a 20-yard run, and then run from Owen Glenn for 24. He's now up over that 100-yard mark in this game. Owen Glenn has had 3 big chunk plays that went for touchdowns, a 17, a 69, and a 24-yarder. He has another 24-yard rush in this game as well. (26-20) for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. The Mora Mustangs, they have plenty of time. There's 8:06 left on the scoreboard in this fourth quarter. And let me tell you, the Mustangs, if they need to, they'll use all that 8 minutes to go downfield, score, and then go for 2 to try and get the victory with no time left on the clock. They can do it. That's this offense. They can score quickly. They can take time off the clock if they need to. This offense is pretty versatile in how they can control the clock. 26-20 is the score after the Thunderhawks' 24-yard run by Owen Glenn puts them on top. Here's the kick. The boot is away. Going to one of the up backs. He takes it in at the 25 to the 30. Cuts it back to the left side at the 35 to the 40 to the 45. And he's going to be bumped out of bounds near the 50 by the kicker. And on the return that time was Tucker Haas. Haas on the return that time. And we've got 2 Mustang players down. We hope they're okay. Back after this break.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Mustangs will have it first down and 10 from their own 48, 49-yard line. Oh, they mark him out way sooner at the 46. Injured on the play were Brock Peterson and Devin McClanahan. I tell you what, the air up here is lethal, apparently, to my lungs. Apparently, I can't breathe without having a struggle. Apologize for that, but Brock Peterson and Devin McClanahan were the injured Mustangs on that play. They were both able to walk off under their own power. Limping a little bit, though, so hopefully they're all right. And, in fact, looks like one of them will be back out there. Yep, they're going to get a flag for that. You can't – he's got to go out for a play, unfortunately. McClanahan tried to sneak back out onto the field. He's got to come out for a play. That's going to be the call. So McClanahan had to come out for a play. He went back out onto the field. And you can't do that. If you're injured and they have to take a timeout for an injury, you as a player have to come off for one play. So unfortunately there, Mustangs, a little bit of a mental mistake, and they get set back 5 yards. They'll be set back to their own 41 now. Tough there. McClanahan, he just wants to play. I give him credit. Nelson under center. Nelson takes the snap. He's going to give it off up the middle to Mason Nelson. And that goes forward for a couple of yards. Gain of about 3 for Mason Nelson. Make it second down and 12 now instead of maybe second and 7. Second down and 12 after the Mason 3-yard carry. 7:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Nelson under center, fakes the handoff, looks to keep it himself. He's got nowhere to go. It's a wall of Thunderhawks, but he manages to push forward to the 45, maybe even reach the 46. Nelson on the carry. Going to pick up a yard. Avery Nelson picks up 1. Third down and 11. Oh, they might have given him 2. Third and 10 and a half. Third and 10 and a half, 11. Here we go. This is going to be a big play here. Avery Nelson back out there. If you're going to go for it on fourth down, you need to get at least half, if not more, on this play, and then try and get the rest on fourth. That's if the Mustangs go for it. Under 7 minutes to go. Nelson under center takes a snap. He's going to give it off to the outside. On the outside carry is number 4. He falls forward to the 50. Not going to be enough for a first down. That is Nathan Nelson. Nathan Nelson on the carry picks up about 5-6 yards. They'll give him 5 to the 50, and it'll be fourth down. Fourth down and about 6 to go with 6.5 minutes on the scoreboard. 26-20. Thunderhawks lead on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. Here we go. Fourth down and 6. Creeping up on 6 minutes to go. Avery Nelson under center. Takes a snap. They are going to run a play. He rolls out to his right. He's looking. Look, he's under pressure. And, maybe a face mask? They're not going to call it. Looked like he might have gotten wrapped around his helmet a little bit, but they did not catch it, or maybe it just didn't. From up here, again, it is a lot different look up here than it is down on the field. Though it looked like he might have grabbed him around his helmet opening, he may not have. We're not on the field, so it looks a lot different down there. The Thunderhawks will take over on downs at the 50-yard line with just under 6 minutes to go. 5:59 to go here in the fourth quarter, as the Thunderhawks take back over on offense. He's going to give it up the middle to Tremblay. Tremblay takes the carry. Taken down there by number 14.
Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6.
That's
for the Thunderhawks.
Is Will Anderson. Will Anderson on the stop for the Mustangs. Tremblay picks up about 4. Second down and 6, maybe even closer to 7. Florek under center. Sends a man in motion. Right to left. He'll stop, reset things. 5:15 to go. They're going to run as much clock as they can off in between plays. Man in motion, left to right. Tremblay up the middle. Tackled right away and taken down after a gain of a couple. Again, Will Anderson on the tackle.
gain of about 2 on the play. Will Anderson on the stop.
It's going to be third down and 3.
For the Thunderhawks.
After a gain of 3 by Tremblay. Here we go. Third down and 3 for the Thunderhawks with 4:40 to go in the fourth. They trail 20-26 to the Mustangs. A stop would go a long ways here, but they'll probably have to stop on fourth down. Florek under center. Florek, man in motion, left to right. They'll reset once again. Looks like they're going to go in more of a Irish backfield. He'll hand it up the middle to Tremblay, and he goes, maybe he gets a yard or 2, depending on where they spot it. He might have enough, and he will. Gets to the 40. It's a gain of 4, and it's a first down. So that is going to make things more difficult here for Mora. 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. They trail 26-20, and they're going to have to make a stop quickly and then start using their timeouts because they're going to have to go down and score quick. Cannot let them score here, though. And, of course, Thunderhawks are going to take as much time off the clock in between plays as they can so as to drain that clock even more. Florek under center. Sends a man in motion, and he gives it off to Tremblay. Tremblay, no, it's to the outside on the opposite side, and the ball carrier will be ripped down, gain of about 1 or 2, and that is
Aiden Chandler on the carry. Tucker Haas on the stop.
McGaw is one of the Mora players on the stop.
On the play. Timeout Mustangs.
Gain of 1. And that'll make it second down and 9 for the Thunderhawks as the Mora Mustangs take a timeout here. They will have 1 left. 1 left here. They had to use one early on. And now they have 1 left in this fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here so as not to miss anything. 3:31 to go in the fourth. Mustangs trail 26-20 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. Embrace Orthodontics, thanks for sponsoring the scoreboard. Of course, it's 26-20 here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, online at kbek.com. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Along the ride for these next crazy 3.5 minutes. It's going to wind up being a very, very fun ending to this game. We'll have to wait and see. Mustangs first need a stop on offense, and I think at this point, if you're the Mustangs, if you see a running back break free, you got to let him go. You don't want to let him go to the point where he thinks he's going to score and you're just letting him go. You got to let him go to the point where you still chase him down, but he still runs into the end zone. And if they're close to the end zone with these next couple plays, pull them in, because you need to pull them in and stop the clock and keep as much time on the clock as possible. That way you have time to go down, score, get an onside kick, and score again. Now, I know a lot of people might say, well, why would you let him score here? I'm saying if he breaks free. If he's loose, and no one's around him, just chase him down and act like you're going to get him, but let him score. Carry for Florek, the quarterback, and he breaks free to the 30, past the 30, taken down and around the 29-yard line in a gain of 10.
Who picks up the Thunderhawk first down?
So a first down here for the Thunderhawks, and he wasn't free enough to let him go. That's one where you want to make sure you stop him. So still time left here for the Mustangs. But once you get closer to that minute mark, you might have to let them you're going to have to start ripping the ball out. You can't let them score with under a minute left, but got to try something here. At this point, I think if you're Mora, you might as well just stack the box with 10 and have the 11th out there roaming. Or with the receiver out here on the far side, or on the near side, rather. Sending man in motion, and they're going to hand it off up the middle. It's Tremblay on the carry. He gets to about the 25-yard line, a gain of 4. Excuse me, it's Hoover on the carry.
Timeout, Mora.
Hoover gets to the 25 for a gain of 4. And it will be a timeout, I believe, by the Mustangs. Their last timeout of the game. That'll be it for timeouts for them. They're out. It's 26-20. Thunderhawks trying to salt this one away with 2:50 to go. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors, to my camera lady who came and did camera for me tonight. I know she had a lot better things to do tonight than run the camera for me, but hey, she chose to come out and help me, her big brother, so thank you so much to her. Running camera makes my life a whole heck of a lot easier and makes the game a lot better looking. This handoff to Hoover goes nowhere. They wrap him up and take him down. Maybe at the line of scrimmage, he maybe lost a yard. Yeah, we'll say he lost a yard. Losing a yard is Hoover.
He's hit for a loss. It'll be
3rd down and 7.
Thunderhawks. There's 2 cell phones that have been lost.
2:25 to go here in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 7 for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. They try to avoid getting stopped while the Mora Mustangs need this stop and plus 1 more on 4th to get the ball back for their offense to try and go down the field and score to tie this thing up. Here we go. 3rd down and 7. 2 minutes to go. Florek under center. Florek takes the snap. Tosses out to the right for Owen Glenn. Glenn gonna get wrapped up, and he goes and he only gains a couple, and that's gonna be to the 23-yard line. Excuse me, a gain of 3 for Glenn. One of the rare times he's been wrapped up today. And that's gonna make it 4th down and about 4. 4th and 4, and with this snap, it'll come with nearly a minute to go. So if the Mustangs can make the stop, they'll have under a minute to go downfield and tie this game. 26-20, Mustangs trail the Thunderhawks. Must get a stop here on 4th down. Student section trying to get into it, trying to pump up the crowd, trying to get everyone into it. Student section on their feet. Time is ticking away. Looks like the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks will wait and just call a timeout. They will. And there goes the 40-second play clock. 1:08 to go here on 4th down as the Thunderhawks call their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half. They'll have 1 remaining. Here we go. Looks like we're in for an absolute fun ending here in Mora to start the season. Mora has given the Thunderhawks every and anything they can. Mustangs a 5-3A school. Thunderhawks, excuse me. All of a sudden I turned to be from Brooklyn. The Thunderhawks, that 4A school. Here we go. Coming to the end here. A minute 08 left on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com. Here we go. The last minute and 8 seconds on the clock. And the Mustangs need a desperately needy stop here to get the ball back for their offense. Their offense will probably have about a minute or less to go. No timeouts to march themselves downfield to try and tie this at 26 and look for the 2-point conversion and take the lead. Here we go. 4th down. Got a receivers out wide. I wouldn't trust that, though. I think that's just decoys. They're probably going to run this thing. Looking probably. Watch the ball if you're Mora. Oh, no. No, the QB was standing up. You can't call offsides when they. Oh, my goodness. And that will probably do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Offsides against the Mustangs. That's a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. There it is.
First down for the Thunderhawks.
Mustangs can't stop it. They have no timeouts left, and that will probably end it. Yes, they crossed the line, but the quarterback, Florek, was standing up, and I must not be current with the rules, but I didn't think you could call offsides when the quarterback is standing up. The defense should have a chance to get back on sides. Again, I could be off and I could not be up to date on the rules, so I could be very wrong, but that is how I interpreted that rule. Floric will just take a knee there, and that will do it. Probably one more kneel down. We'll see this game come to its close. And if you're the Mustangs, that you hate to see it end that way, because you had a chance to stop them on fourth, get the ball back. You would have had about a minute or less to go downfield and try and tie the game, but I wouldn't doubt this Mora offense to go down and do that. Thunderhawks will take another knee here, and that will be it. There it is, kneel, and that is it. So that will do it here in this game as the Thunderhawks come out on top over the Mora Mustangs, 26-20 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. So the Mustangs will start the season 0-1, but this has got to be an encouraging 0-1. You don't want to see that loss in that column, but this is an encouraging game if you're the Mora Mustangs. The Grand Rapids Thunderhawks coming back with a very tough team. They went and got to state last year, and you're a team who came within probably one or two plays of beating this team. I think the Mora Mustangs are going to be a team to watch out for in Section 5 3A football. They are going to be a very dangerous team this year. They're going to have to be reckoned with. These playoffs might just go through Mora this year. This is a very, very good Mora Mustangs team. But the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks do come away with the victory over the Mora Mustangs, 26-20. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Football on KBEK.
You know how sometimes in small towns people run their mouth with rumors? I hate that. Ashley, that's my cousin. She always talking trash. Anyway, I heard a rumor that Maxwell Southern Barbecue in Pine City is now doing delivery. And I was like, hush, you mean to tell me I can get that mouth-watering Southern barbecue like chicken, brisket, pulled pork, homemade cornbread and slaw at home? I'm calling now. Maxwell Southern Barbecue. Come hungry and bring friends. Unless you want to stay on your porch.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. Well, you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getthere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're #1 in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with quality disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
Back here on KBEK, nice 95.5 FM. The Mora Mustangs fall in this game to the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 26-20. It was a close one. The Mora Mustangs, they absolutely ruled the entire third quarter and the first part of that fourth quarter. They went down and marched down the field and wound up scoring on a short 1-yard carry there from Connor Gamal. He punched it in from a yard out, and that tied things up at 20. They were unable to convert the 2, but they tied things up at 20. And then the Thunderhawks, they took it downfield, and it wasn't too long before they scored, on the run from no one else but Owen Glenn. He took it in from 24 yards out and would undo the tie to make it 26-20. The Mustangs had another chance, but had a couple of penalties. And then the Thunderhawks took over and never looked back. They ran out the rest of the clock and took the victory 26-20. Looking at the stat line here, Connor Gamal led the Mustangs. These are unofficial stats, by the way, extremely unofficial, so these are not as necessarily that will show up at the end of the season or right now. But 16 carries, 76 yards for Connor Gamal and 2 touchdowns, 12 for 53 for Mason Nelson, 5 for 18 for Tucker Haas, 5 for 31 for Avery Nelson, and 2 for 16 for Nathan Nelson. That leads to 40 carries for 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. Passing-wise, Avery Nelson was 3 for 6, 30 yards and a touchdown, 10-yard catch from Nolan McGaw, and 2 catches for 20 yards for Connor Gamal. And they had 8 penalties total and 1 turnover and no takeaways. On the other side for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, leading the way was Owen Glenn, 9 carries, 148 yards. And in total, the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks ran 31 times for 258 yards and 3 touchdowns. They also threw the ball pretty well, 5 for 5 from Ethan Florek for 86 yards and a touchdown. Leading receiver was Owen Glenn with that 58-yard reception for a touchdown. So, even though it's a loss, I think if you're Mora, you've got a lot of positives to look at in this game. You're going to come out feeling pretty bad, but you got 24 hours to think about this. And then after that, it is full bore to the next game, because I look at this game and I don't think this Mora team is going to be, they're going to be a scary team this year, I think. I think this team going to be very, very good. I think any team that comes here or, plays them at all is going to have a tough time, because this defense, once it got going, you got to get those first week jitters out. And once they got those out, man, were they tough to get by. And then all of a sudden, that offense started rolling, and man, were they tough to stop. So I think this Mora team will be just fine. They head to Esco next week to take on the Eskimos up in Esco, Minnesota, northern Minnesota. Not quite too far north, but north enough. And then after that, they'll be on the road twice. They'll take on North Branch on the 16th of September for week 3. But they fall here to Grand Rapids, 26-20. It was a fun one. Man, I tell you, this was a fun one to call. A very back-and-forth game between these two. And again, if you're a Mora fan, I think you should be very, very excited, because this team is very, very good. These seniors who have endured a lot the last 2 seasons have it has come to this, and they know it, and they have had all that experience, and now they are ready for it. So the Mora Mustangs, even though they start 0-1, I have a feeling we'll be talking about them at the end of the season as probably one of the better teams in Section 5-3A. Again, the final 26-20. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors here on KBK. Thank you so much for all the sponsors, because without them, we would not be able to come out here and broadcast any of these games. So if you are in the business of any of our sponsors, make sure just to say, hey, thanks for sponsoring KBK's broadcast of Mora football. We greatly appreciate it, just so they know, and they can sponsor more. So again, thank you to all the fine sponsors. Thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight, whether you were listening on the radio on 95.5 FM or you were watching the live stream on kbk.com. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You watched a good one, but unfortunately the Mustangs fall to the Thunderhawks 26-20. For KBK rather, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Catch the sports on the morning show with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30 on 95.5, and the sports, on WCMP at 7:45 and 8:45. Don't forget, we will announce the winner of that halftime half rack from Maxwell Southern Barbecue on the sports in the morning at 7:45 on WCMP. Again, the halftime half rack brought to you by Maxwell Southern Barbecue. We'll announce the winner of that on the 7:45 sports on WCMP. We will announce the winner. Again, the final, the Mustangs 20, the Thunderhawks 26. For KBK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night and a great weekend.